Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, ladies. How is everyone today?
We're good.
Oh, and Grace has her blue hat on today. Yay, I love it. Now, how many hats do you have, Grace?
Probably close to a dozen.
Wow, I love it. I love it. How are you today, Dar? You're muted.
Still muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, there you are. There you are.
Yeah,
Are you in the
I'm in.
car?
I'm sorry.
Are you in the car?
I am in the car,
Yes.
and I'm just at a customer on our way to Bible study. Yes.
Awesome, awesome.
So I have only about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay, okay. Here
Better
comes.
than that at all.
That's right, that's right. We'll take what we get. Hello, hello, Miss Kemya. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
We're great, we're great. Well, let's go ahead and get that chat heated up while we're waiting on others to come in. And tell me what one thing that you had to overcome today. One thing that you had to overcome either personally or in your business today. In the chat, please. These are great things to talk about because it gives others ideas on how to overcome the same situations or maybe similar situations, and they can be very small, you know. The other day, Heather had to go through me because it happened on her watch when her and I were having our one-to-one, and my refrigerator, I thought, went out. And then the electricity went out, all this, within 30 minutes. So it could be small or big. You know, we overcome things, right? We learn to pivot and overcome.
I can't find it on my phone.
You know, Dar, I can't really even figure out Zoom, period, on my phone. It is a different creature, I tell you.
It is. This is my first time on the phone.
Yes, yes. So no one had to overcome anything today? I see nothing in the chat. Wow,
I found it.
A splendid day today. Oh, okay. That's a good one, Grace. Time constraints. We have to overcome those on a daily basis, I think, of shuffling one meeting to another or trying to travel from one appointment to another. You know, things come up. Emotions. Oh, emotions. Yes. Emotions are a big one. Yes. Yes. Happy and sad emotions can be very overcoming sometimes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're waiting on a few others, but we are going to move on with, let's go ahead and start introducing ourselves and tell me like 30 seconds, one thing that you loved about your business today. Introduce yourself and one thing that you loved about doing your business today. And we are going to start with Grace. Grace, unmute.
One thing I loved about my business today was connecting with an upline of mine in the Young Living. You know, I did the Oils of the Bible yesterday. And so I connected with her and just asked her what I should do and what I should offer this evening. And yeah, so it was really good talking to her.
Yes, awesome. I love it. I love it. All right, Dar, let's go to you.
One great thing about today, oh my goodness, I am so blessed. I got a call from a friend from my church, and she said, if you guys have time, come on by. I have some things for you. Well, probably about $500 of product for card making was gifted,
Wow.
was
Yeah,
gifted to me because I started my business.
that's
Oh
awesome.
no, oh, I couldn't believe it. There's so
That's
many things
awesome.
that I'll be able to
Yes,
use.
yes, yes. So now you just have to get your orders done and out so you can start offering more and more products, your cards, your
Yep.
magnets, your bookmarks, whatever it is. That's right. That's right. And Kemya, how about you?
Good. I had I made a relatively light day today, so a good thing is that I have the flexibility to take a nap during the workday. So I did that.
I love it when that works out, Kemya. I'm right
I
with you.
try my best to take one every day.
Yes, I'm telling you, I am a better me when I get that. And I don't know what it is. I never used to do that. But in the last year or two, my body just tells me that's what I need.
Mhm.
So even if it's 45 minutes, it's
Yes.
45 minutes. So yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yay. Heather, how about you?
The best part of my day is in the mail. I got this book, Sell or Be Sold, because we are continually every day selling ourselves, whether we think we are or not.
We really are, aren't we? I mean,
Hmm.
really think about it. You're not, we always think we're selling our product, but we sell ourselves first. In today's world, we sell ourselves first because no one's buying from you without that trust. No, like, and trust. It's just the way it is. And the trust, I almost think that needs to come first sometimes because there's so many people out there not doing business in the right way, making promises that they don't ever intend to keep. You know, not little promises, but even big promises. So, and it's just getting very hard to know who to trust sometimes. So, yes, absolutely. All right. Well, so what we are going to do is we are going to turn the floor over to Miss Kemya for about the next 25-ish minutes. And she is going to teach us some greatness. I have my colored gel pen and my notebook ready to take some fast notes. We know our Kemya can talk some fast language.
Yes, yes. So just so you know, this is actually a paid presentation that I'm doing tonight.
And
This
we're
is
so
not
lucky.
this is not an off the cuff. This is actually a paid presentation that is basically a follow-up to what I talked about last week. So last week, I talked about getting your business ready for the holiday sales. Today, I'm going to give you the marketing plan. Now that your business, you know what to do to get your business ready. Now I'm going to give you the marketing plan to profit
Wow.
over the holidays. So you know how it's so funny? I appreciate you all for showing up because you know how it's funny? People don't know what they miss when they don't make the time to do certain things. And so I do appreciate everyone showing up live because there's other things you could be doing. Um, so whenever I speak, that's why I give the language because I appreciate when people show up and live and you're a business owner. I'm like, okay, let's do this thing. Like that's, honestly. So the people that, that make time, they get to come on with me live. I love it. I love to do what I do if you haven't figured that out by now. So, okay, so everybody got pen and paper? Okay, great. Okay, so let's see here. All righty, yes, hashtag live, Heather. Okay, so let's get started. Now we know, as much as we don't want to admit, holidays fast approaching. There's nothing we can do about it, right? And so oftentimes I find that when it comes to profiting over the holidays, oftentimes people, they don't make a dedicated plan for this time of year. And so a lot of times you will think, oh, I want to make some money. I'll just use a random. I want to make some money. Okay, but what does that mean for your business? And so I try to explain that when the Q4 comes around, you need a specific plan for the holidays because one, people are in a buying and shopping mood. We can all agree, buying shopping mood because the sales are coming. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, the things that I've been waiting to do for months, maybe all year, in Q4, that's when I pull a lever. That's when I pull out the credit card. That's when I get it because I expect deals and bundles, crazy pricing, crazy opportunities. And that's why I say you need a specific plan for this time of year. Now, this plan is really a 90-day plan that you can rinse and repeat. So don't think if you aren't planning anything special or specific about holidays, you can't use this plan any time of year. It's just that I talk about the holidays in particular because this is usually crunch time and this is the time that you are working to achieve your goals. Okay, so no matter what you sell, whether you're e-commerce based, MLM, product based, service based, if you have a hybrid model like I do, doesn't matter. You can still use this plan, okay? So what you want to do is start thinking about how much money you want to make between October, November, and December. I don't want you to just think about it. I want you to write a number down. The reason being is because we're going to use that number and we're going to reverse engineer how you get to that number. Okay. So the first thing is define what your sales goal is for Q4. No number's too big, no number is too small, but what is it? How much money do you want to make? And when you're thinking about that, think about how you're going to achieve that revenue goal in the month of October, in the month of November, and in the month of December. Okay, so when it comes to those sales goals, you want to break it down. You have a big number. Now, you might want to divide that number by 3 and have it evenly sprinkled between October, November, December. You might have that big number and 25% of it might be in October. 35% might be in November. And then, 30% might be in December. Totally fine. But write that down. And the reason you want to write that down is because if you don't have a roadmap to figure out what you want to make, then you won't know what products and services you need to sell in order to get there, right? So a few ideas, just off the bat, a few ideas of products and services is a bundle. Can you create a bundle? Again, people are looking for crazy deals. So can you create a bundle value that doesn't necessarily require more work from you? So me, for example, I offer different digital products, planners, etc. If they're already created, then I can just package them up, put a nice big red bow on them and a sticker and sell them at a holiday price. Something else you could do, you could record a bonus training for an existing offer you have. It can be a product. It doesn't matter if it's a product or service. For example, if you're selling a particular health product, okay, well, you could record a bonus training about how that health product has transformed your business. How that health product has transformed the lives of your clients, your customers. You could repurpose something. So you could repurpose an ebook into a video training or an audio training. Or of course, you could just launch a brand new product or program for an introductory price. A lot of businesses use Q4 as the time to launch a new product. Okay, so with that said, we figured out what we want to make. overall, we figured out how much we want to make each month. I want to ask you, what products and or services do you need to sell to hit your money goal? So think about the products and services that you want to sell. And that's the next thing you write down. It doesn't have to be neat. We just have to have this stuff written down because, as I said, by the end of this, you'll have an actual roadmap for what exactly you need to do. Okay, so think about what you want to sell between October, November, and December. Okay, so the next step in this 8-step plan is your pricing strategy. So let me explain what a pricing strategy is. A pricing strategy is not a price. The price for something is part of the pricing strategy. And here's what I mean. Your pricing strategy is all of the different price points that you're going to offer something. So for example, let's say I was launching a planner. I'm working on a YouTube video marketing planner. And let's say I'm launching the planner. Okay, so let's say the regular price of the planner is going to be $67, okay? But when I launch it, I'm going to launch it at $27. And it's going to be $27 for the first 7 days. And after the first 7 days, I'm going to sell it for $47. And I'm going to sell it for $47 for the next 7 days. But I know I'm going to be speaking at LaDonna's event in a month. So I write down during her event, I'm going to offer it to her attendees, to her members for $37. Okay. And then the final, but I offered at $37 for maybe 72 hours. But then the final price, the regular price of my YouTube marketing planner will be $67. You notice how I had 4 different price points? That's a pricing strategy. So oftentimes when you're selling something, you're selling things at different prices, but you just haven't itemized those things. So I remember in a previous event, Dar offered a bundle price. If you buy, I think it was 4, you buy 5, you get it for the price of 4 or something like that. Dar, that's part of your pricing strategy. So your individual cards are one price, but your bundle, that is a part of your pricing strategy. And the reason this counts, particularly at this time of year, is because we don't sell things at regular price in Q4. So you have to itemize what exactly is my pricing strategy. And if you want to generate an additional amount of money at a particular period of time, you have to work backwards to figure out what you're going to sell and at one price to achieve that revenue goal, right? So I'll give you another example when it comes to reverse engineering. If I decide I want to make an additional $1,000 in the month of October, okay, and I regularly sell a particular ebook, I want to make it from a particular ebook, and I sell the ebook normally for $50 a pop, then I know I need to sell 20 ebooks at $50 a pop to hit my revenue goal of $1,000, right? But if I have a sale from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and I cut the price in half to $25, now I know I need to sell 40 ebooks to hit that revenue goal. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So your pricing strategy,
yes, but
paramount.
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Sure.
I'm in various network marketing companies, and they have set prices. And if they offer a bundle, I can offer that same bundle for that low price. But if they don't offer a bundle, then I can't offer a bundle. I can't offer any lower prices or anything. So I don't know what your suggestions for that is.
You can offer a bundle. It doesn't have to be a product bundle. If you name one product, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
So, yeah, I was talking about essential oils yesterday.
Yes. Okay, so essential oils. If you wanted to do something around the holidays, you could, just like you talked about essential oils yesterday, you can record a training about essential oils and offer it for anyone that purchases essential oils during the month of November. It doesn't have to be a product. And that's a way for you, Grace, to stand out among other people who sell what you sell. It's adding your special sauce to what anybody can get anywhere. Now, oh, I need to buy from Grace because Grace gives me added value. Grace gives me additional information. Grace gives me, additional training on how to use things that are relevant to me. So
yes,
that's what
you should have
you
been
could do
there
that.
last night. LaDonna knows what I'm talking about, that I do what the other people cannot do. And Dara was there as well, and she knows that I can do what other people in that particular essential oils cannot do. And Heather, I think you were there too, weren't you, last night? Yes. And so
Yes.
there you
So
go.
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. And that's the thing. A lot of people who sell products and who are in network marketing, that's the secret sauce that a lot of them don't know, is that you have to figure out why I should buy from you instead of Joanne down the street. Until you make that distinction, it doesn't matter that I know what you do. Joanne's right down the street. So whoever gets to me at the time I'm ready to buy is who I buy it from. Now, once you stand out as a purveyor of not only the essential oils, but now I'm getting additional training, getting additional insights. It could be a particular call that you have with people, a bonus 30-minute consultation. Once your essential oils arrive, let's hop on the phone and I'm going to explain to you the order, different ways to use them. That's when you develop a hybrid model, Grace, where you're selling a product, but you're also including your service and your expertise. That's what will make you stand out. So you can offer a bundle that way as well, without ever touching the product. And I know you can do that because you're already talking about it. You're already presenting on it. So that's one way you can do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. Okay, so the next thing we want to do when it comes to the holidays is we want to craft our email marketing campaigns. Figure out what emails you're sending to either existing customers, or if you're building a subscriber list of potential customers, what emails you want to send to them, when you want to send them, and why you want to send them. Now is the time for you to figure out how to engage with those people. They don't necessarily have to be sales emails. Okay, so for example, I'll use Grace's business as an example. Grace might decide, I'm going to send 2 emails in October. Each one is going to be, if you want to focus on selling the essential oils, each one is going to be about a different oil, what the oil is, what the properties are, and what it can do for you and who it's for. And again, it doesn't have to be extravagant, but the whole point of doing this is you have to write this stuff down so that you have a full blueprint. This is literally what I get hired to do. Some people, they know a lot of this, but they don't know how to write it down and put it together. And so write down the emails you want to send in October, the emails you want to send in November, and the emails you want to send in December. So we started off with the revenue goal you want to hit, and we figured out with how much money we want to generate in October, November, and December. Then we have to figure out what products we want to sell to hit those revenue goals. Now I want you to craft dedicated emails related to those specific products that you decided you want to sell to hit those goals. Notice I said hit those goals because a person like me, okay, I have 50 products. But if I'm focusing on 3 products, then I'm writing emails about 3 products. Okay, I'm developing campaigns around 3 products. So that's your email marketing that you want to write down. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure your social media is working for you, no matter which platform you're using, no matter which platform. So what platforms will you use? What will you focus on? You don't want to focus on all of them. I'm sure you have a primary platform that you use. That's the one I want you to write down, okay? And when you write that down, I want you to write down what type of content you're going to share. Is it going to be text posts? Are you going to share memes? Do you need to create some graphics for your products to post on social media? Do you need to shoot some videos about those products to post on social media? Do you need to, for example, create explainer videos where you have the oil in the video and you're just showing it, and you might be rubbing it on your wrist as you're talking about, you know, this particular oil and how it calms you? Do you need to shoot those videos? Whatever brand assets you need for social media marketing, write those things down. Because now, as you can probably tell, now you're starting to develop a plan of action. This is a real plan of action that you'll know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and you won't be scrambling in November trying to figure out, oh my gosh, what am I going to post on social media? And then you grabbing some random pictures, or you don't have any pictures, or you don't have time to make the videos. Whereas if you plan these strategies out ahead of time, you will actually know what you have to create, and then you can make time to create them. Now, of course, paid ads comes under social media marketing. If you want to run ads, I suggest starting running ads in October. If you are not familiar with running ads, don't run them as a person who has run ads, because this is the time of year that running ads is the most expensive. However, if you are not already well versed in running ads and you're trying to figure out how to run ads at the most expensive time of year, you can see how that's not really logical. So if you're not already running ads, you're not already familiar with them, October, the first, couple of weeks in October is around your best bet if you want to experiment with paid ads, okay? If you do want to experiment with paid ads, again, put that into your plan, figure out where you want to drive the traffic to for the paid ad and what the goal of the paid ad is, and then what do you need to make sure your ads convert, graphics, videos, etc. Okay, the next thing I want you to think about is the promotions you're going to do. Now, I mentioned a little bit about promotions in terms of pricing earlier, but this is a great time to do contests. Are you going to do any giveaways? Do you want to work with any collaborators or joint venture partners? If so, you want to map out the dates, who you want to work with, the requirements. So for example, let's say you want to do a cross-promotional strategy. Let's say LaDonna wants to do a promotion for her membership fee. And me and LaDonna decide, okay, let's do a cross-promotional thing where it's email, whereas she writes an email and I send her dedicated email to my list. I write a dedicated email for her list. I give it to her and she sends it to her list. That could be a collaborative promotion, it's just cross-promoting with each other. Do you want to do giveaways? Okay, for every $100 you spend, I'm going to gift X, for the first 30 customers, who make an order, I'm going to give this away. Think about if you want to do any promotions. You don't have to, but if you want to do them, now while you're defining your Q4 plan is the time to figure out the promotions you want to do. If you are writing, the next thing is content writing. If you're writing blogs, if you're writing articles, next thing to do is figure out what you can write related to those specific products and services you want to sell to hit those revenue goals. Your articles, your blogging may be centered around product reviews. It may be centered around the features and benefits of the products that you want to sell. But again, write that down. So for me, for example, I'll go through my YouTube marketing planner. If I know I want to launch that in November, then that means in the month of October, I'm going to be writing all about video marketing as a teaser, as to get your appetite wet, so that when I launch that YouTube video marketing planner in November, you're already primed to receive it because I've been dropping teasers about video marketing. So it won't be out of the blue. But again, I got to write that down. So I might have to write down, okay, Kemya, you need to write 3 blog posts about video marketing in the month of October before your planner launch. That makes sense. Again, scheduling this stuff in. Now, last time we met, I talked about refreshing your website, but related to this particular revenue goal and the products and services that you're going to sell, what do you need to do to your website to refresh it? Do you need to add a graphic about the products that you want to focus on? Do you need to add the video? Do you need to update some links on your website? whatever those updates you need to do to get ready for the holiday rush, holiday sales, write those things down. It could be one of those things. Oh, I've been meaning to update my headshot forever on my website. It's old. Write that down. You might be looking at, oh, I remember this page is broken. This page isn't working right. I need to contact my my web designer or my web host server to make sure I get it fixed. That's the stuff you write down now before you get an influx of holiday traffic, because we want to make sure all of our systems are working before you get the holiday rush, okay? And there you have it. You might not realize it, but we just went through an entire plan for what to do. I let you know your money goal. So this is in its entirety, your 8-step marketing plan to profit over the holiday season. We went through your money goal, your revenue goal. We decided on what products and services you want to sell and when for the months of October, November, and December. We defined a pricing strategy for those products, from regular price to special promotional pricing to launch pricing to bundle pricing. You figured out what email marketing campaigns you want to send and when. You want to get social on social media. If you want to pay for some ads, you know what to think about, what to do with those ads. You want to run list building campaigns. You know, you want to generate more interest in your products and services. You want to decide on the content that you're going to post on social media, in addition to maybe blogging or articles you want to write on Facebook or LinkedIn. And then finally, you want to spruce up your website. Okay. So once you have all these things in place, put them into action. It's time to implement. You're literally going to use this plan for the 90-day Q4 period to maximize your profits over the holiday season. If you write these things out, put them on your calendar, physical calendar, an electronic calendar. Schedule time to create the brand assets that you need. Schedule time to write the post, write the emails. Then you want to schedule these things to go out, and you want to schedule things so that you aren't panicking at the last minute. A lot of times, the reason why I chose this topic right now is because oftentimes, here's what I see. Businesses, the second week in November, start scrambling. They throw money down a Facebook ads rabbit hole, and they don't know how to run Facebook ads. They start posting everywhere, spamming people, buy this, I'm selling that, not interested because I haven't been primed and everybody else is selling. So you're just cluttered in a sea of noise. Or they start emailing their lists uncontrollably, all these emails out the blue, when they haven't emailed their list in 4 or 5 months. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing from you every day. That's literally what so many businesses do around that first, second week of November. I don't want that to be you. So I just gave you my 8-step marketing plan to profit over the holiday season. You do these steps, you will have increased visibility to your business, to your brand, and you will have your marketing streamlined. And then, of course, after the holiday season is over, you can create another 90-day plan for Q1, Q2, Q3. These are all the pieces that you need to have in your marketing plan, no matter when you implement it. So I hope this was helpful. I know it was a lot, but it's literally all the pieces that I want you to consider as you are marketing your business to make sure you make some money in Q4 and you make the money you are looking to make. That's where the plan comes into play.
All right, so I am sure everyone has questions, comments. That was a lot of great information, Kemya. I am so thrilled. I mean, the people that said they're going to show up and didn't show up, they really messed up, let me tell you, because this was extremely powerful. It was powerful. So I know this is really what your job is all about, is planning for other people's businesses. So how far ahead are you usually in your business? I mean, I've been in business 18 plus years, just with my e-commerce business and many businesses before. And I've never did a plan like this, Kemya. I'm thrilled. I'm excited, but how far in advance do you put your quarters together, your every 3 months together? Like, do you already have your October, November, December plan for your business?
Now we're all friends here, right? We're all friends,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I am going to be honest. I am just like you. I'm just like everybody else. When I tell you now what I do for the cobbler has no shoes. I do things for other people, but I do them on an annual basis. For myself, I literally have notes. I need to work on my plan. The same plan that I just told y'all. Literally, same thing. It's nothing different in my plan. It's just that I can put it together faster because I already have ideas. Like I'm constantly thinking of this, so I already know what I want to launch. But I don't do it so far in advance because I'm a creative. I always want to change my mind. So it totally depends on what products I have ready now versus what I need to work on and sell. But I don't do it that far in advance because I'm a business owner like everybody else. And to be perfectly honest, when you are running your business, you are running it. You're working in the business. And so we have to schedule time to work on the business. So for me, I literally have to write down, okay, Kemya, it's time to work on the business. So as a matter of fact, today, I was shifting my binders around that have like different random plans, different ideas, cleaning them out so that I could work on my Q4 plan. Just being honest. I'm no different than any of you.
Because I'm thinking in my head, wow, if I could have these done a quarter ahead of
Yes.
time, that would be awesome. But
Yes.
then I would have to take my shower time away or eating time.
Yeah, seriously. That is the goal though.
As a small business owner, which we all are, it's like we have to, even though I have VA, I can't afford for them to do very much in my business because I have to, keep the lights on.
Yes.
So,
yes.
It's like, okay, so I see your point. You're just going to have to make the time
Yes.
sooner or later.
Yes. And that's why on my schedule, certain days I don't allow people to book meetings with me because if you don't manage that calendar, you will have meetings all the time. And for me, it's a mental shift. It's a mental shift. I can't shift from talking to you about whatever we're talking about and sit and strategize about my business. That's not the way my brain works. So when I schedule those intensives with myself, I don't have to talk to anybody else. It's all about me. I'm selfishly working on me. And sometimes, I might even get a new planner. It gives me a reason to open a new planner, a new notebook, gives me a reason I was shopping for markers today. I don't need any, but I was like, well, these could be my planning markers.
I got new gel pens. I'm so excited. Yes. I didn't go shopping for them, but I found them on sale for $6.99 and could not leave TJ Maxx without them.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So
make it fun. Make planning with your business. I make this fun. I got the right snacks. I usually got 2 or 3 cups of something to drink. I got, it's not plain paper. I might be typing online, get some new pens. Treat yourself. Make it a fun project. Great. I got great new sticky notes. Just make it a fun project because I'm going to be honest. This takes hours. I'm just being honest. But you'll be amazed. Like after we get off this and you schedule that time, you will be amazed how much better you will feel about your business. You will be floating on cloud 9. Trust me. You will be so thrilled because you're organized and you see the roadmap.
A lady was telling me that I was talking to this week, I guess Monday, and she says that she takes at least a half a day, if not a full day. She marks it off of her calendar, office time. And that's what she uses for her office time is to clean off her desk, regroup. She says, now, if I can't spend a whole day on it, maybe a half a day on Friday and a half a day on Tuesday. But she gets a full day a week. Even if she has to do it, she says, I schedule 8 hours a week just for office time. If not,
That's
I'm
right.
scattered, she says. I'm just completely scattered. And she says, I can't do 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there because I can't shift my mind that fast.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. And so that's really what I do. So a lot of times I try to do a lot of planning on Sunday, not Monday, because Monday everybody wants to talk to you. Monday's when your email inbox starts ringing and dinging and you feel, so that's why I like Sunday evenings are fun for me. That's typically my planning. And that came from my years in corporate where, you know, I didn't have during the week I could do. But Sunday evenings, I feel are a great time to plan because it's to be like, technically, I say my week starts on a Monday.
Yeah.
Even when I order planners and do my planners, I start them on a Monday because Sunday, I catch up, I brain dump, I plan. And even if you plan just for the week, like you said, because it takes a couple hours to really plan what you're going to do. It's amazing when you start, you hit the ground running, whatever day your week starts, you're already planned and you've itemized what you're going to do. Because when you don't, what do? We jump in feet first into the fire and we're on a roller coaster and it never stops. And then you look up and you haven't planned anything. And so you do need to schedule that time in for your business. And if you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. I often tell people, if you're the boss, who's going to tell you to eat lunch? Who's going to tell you to plan? Nobody. You're the boss, right? So you have to schedule that in. So I think that's a great idea. I recommend everybody schedule in that office time to just think about your business, work on your business and not in it.
And you know, another thing, Kemya, is I have learned just this 2 weeks ago, is that my schedule appointments were back to back, because I leave it open and then they go in and they schedule. I look down and it's 3 o'clock. The poor dogs had not been outside. I haven't ate breakfast nor lunch. I haven't went to the bathroom. I haven't done anything but just sat on the Zoom. And you know what? I started blocking off break time.
Yes.
Because I need that. It's not good for anyone to sit from, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and no breaks. For your body, mind, and soul, it is not good. And the fur babies were very unhappy.
I know that's right. So, for me, it's certain times you can't get on my calendar because those things are blocked in. I know I got to walk them at 1 o'clock. I know I got to walk them at 7. At certain times, there are no calendar appointments. They're my non-negotiables because that helps me. But also, too, I add buffers to my calendar meetings. Like you said, back to back to back. I actually add buffers. So on my appointments for a 30-minute appointment, there's a 15-minute buffer before and a 15-minute buffer after. This way, I'm never back to back to back unless I chose to be. Because otherwise, how do you debrief after a meeting if you don't have any debrief time?
Exactly.
Right? So so you'll never see me back to back to back because you can't schedule appointments on my calendar like that because I have those buffers in. You have to take notes. You got to debrief, follow up. If I said I'm going to send you this, otherwise it'll be 4 days later. I'm sending whatever I said I was going to send.
Yes. And
We've
then
all
they've already
been there.
forgotten about who you are by that time.
That's right.
They really are. They have. Because again, they are scheduling and now they're thinking, oh, well, I wasn't important to her. She waited 4 days.
She's too busy.
People want to be handheld in these days. They really do. Guys, if you haven't learned that by now, I'm giving you some free advice. Your clients and your customers want to be priority. Think about it. When I don't tell people, but aren't I your favorite? Laughing with them, but
yes,
aren't I your favorite? Why can't I get an appointment with my doctor today, right now? Come on, I'm your favorite.
Yes.
Because we do think we're the most important. And we are to ourselves, but people have other people that they have to service. But we in the service industry, as Heather pointed out, we're selling ourselves.
Yes.
We have to make sure everyone feels like they are our only client, our only customer, our favorite, our number one. because if not, it's like kindergarten, it's like middle school all over again. Our feelings are hurt, and we have to scream and gripe and complain and throw temper tantrums.
You're
It's
right.
just the way it is, you know.
And that buffer
so-
time on your calendar will help, because even if I said I was going to send you something and I don't have time to send it, I can send you a quick message. It was so fun talking to you today, LaDonna. I know I'm gonna get that plan, and I'm gonna get that link to you. Give me a little bit of time. You've actually create that buffer allows you the time to send that quick note.
Yes.
You just need the time in between meetings to decompress, to debrief, to write down, oh, this is what we talked about. Oh, and it was the other thing I forgot to write down while we were talking. Yeah, so that's literally how I do my scheduling, so that I can do that, because I'm gonna tell you, if I don't do it right then, it will be 4 days later.
Yes. I mean, it is.
We're all human.
And if it's not on my calendar, I will not show up. If I don't write it down under your name on my notepad, you will not receive it. And like when Kemya was giving me notes, I literally wrote down last week's to reflect back on last week's. And then here, I hope you can see it. This is how much money I want to make.
Yes.
October, November, December. December less, because LaDonna wants to take off half of December. I really do.
Yes.
Just do the
No, LaDonna is going to take off.
Yes. I mean, that's my goal every year, because I'm busy with my family.
Yes.
And I choose that. November, October, that's what I want to make the majority of the money. Now, I'd like to just make it all in October, to be honest with you. But I've given myself room, you know, I've given myself room to grow. And if I make it all in October, that'll be awesome.
Yes.
Then I'm on my way to greatness, you know?
Yes.
I did
love
write
that.
my notes down.
Yes.
But if I didn't write my notes down, guess what? And I have what? Kemya right here on the top. Because if not, maybe I'll remember why I took these notes, and maybe I won't. Or, you know, so many of the calls that we take during the day, is not like this one, but are the same, but different names.
Yes.
And then I will not remember let's face it, some people fit what we're looking for, and some people don't fit what we're looking for. If they're dramatic, not looking for them, I scratch through them. I still send them a thank you email, and then I end it there unless they, you know, continue. But there will be no more reaching out. So, you know, you've got to take those mental notes, but you have to write them down. That debriefing time gives you time to write that stuff down.
That's right. That's exactly
I talked to one lady today that still sticks on my mind. But the others, I can't tell you what I told them I'd send them, or what I would do for them, or what we talked about. Only one. And I had several appointments today. I only remember one, and I am on fire for her, with her, about her. So we'll see where that takes me. But every one of us have those. Every one of us. So Heather, I would love to hear from you what you learned, what you loved, what you're confused about, what you need help with. Because we've got plenty of time since there's only 4 of us. So let's make the best of it, please.
Yes.
I love this. Like, I took lots of notes.
Oh, good.
I'm excited that I now have a vision of what I should plan for October, November, and December. And just to be able to, and then as you're talking about bundles and stuff, I'm like, I need to go into my back office and go, what do I offer, and what more value can I bring to people? And asking them, which package do you want? So it's just a total shift, and I can add more to the existing price that the company set up, just so that they remember me.
Exactly. That is perfect.
LaDonna has got me emailing people that I've talked to, saying, hey, thank you so much for the conversation, and then sending them a free link. So it's your choice if you want to join it or not, whatever. This is my thank you to you for doing it. So So in the end, maybe I will stand out because I took that extra time. So I love this. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so excited. That I love hearing that. And I find a lot of people that sell someone else's products, they get stuck. They don't know how to differentiate themselves. This is something that anybody can do. It's just that you're here, so now you know to do it.
No excuses. Oh no.
And Heather, this is a great thing. You're offering a free link, but then you could put on there maybe just some suggestions. Plan your family holiday getaway and receive a $25 gift card from me for booking a $1,000 trip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It only costs you $25, and you're going to make more than $25 when they book that $1,000 trip, or you may decide $1,500 trip, whatever. But that's a great promotion. You know, book a $500 hotel room with me, and I give you my free 18 tips for packing. You know, because it's a savings link that she does for trips.
For trips,
what she's working on right now. So you know, that's a way to get them to buy, to scoot it up to that $500 level instead of buying a $299 hotel bundle, because they're going to get something free from you.
Yes.
Or, you know, book your wedding hotel with me and your bottle of champagne's on me. And you know, you call the hotel, you order it, they leave it in the room. It's easy for you, cost you $25 or so, and you're done. But let's face it, that is just a way for you to build your business.
Absolutely. And it have it related to what they're doing. That's the key. That's really the key, because then as it relates to travel, I love the packing idea, because a lot of people don't know how to pack properly. They don't know the best suitcases. They don't know the best inserts. They don't know how to keep their clean clothes and dirty clothes separate. That, like, it's so many fun things you can do with that. You know, some people, you know, some people bring their own sheets somewhere. Some bring their own towels. If you're traveling via car versus a flight, do they use travel pillows? Like, it's so many things if you just think about what you do during the trip. Or, you know, like I have a journal it's a travel journal. It has a map of the world on the cover. You could send that as a gift, you know, with the gift card, something like that. Make sure you document your travels. Make sure, you know, you take notes for talking with your kids about it, or things like that. A lot of people purchase specific travel journals, or they purchase, you know, branded luggage tags. So it's like all of those fun things that don't cost you much, that you don't necessarily have to buy all the things. You can put that on the list of things. Are you flying, you know, taking a flight? Make sure you always have these 5 things with you. I always have the cup holders for the top of my suitcase. I always have an eye mask pillow. Like, those types of things, they're invaluable, that you don't have to buy. You're just making the list and tell them what to do.
Exactly. And the checklist of who's going to watch the pets, who's going to watch the house, who did you check on all your utilities before you left?
Hold your mail. It's all of those. Yes.
That can be very, very stressful. And I used to do checklists like that when I used to have my travel agency. And it's so many things you could do to get them, to upsell them on their travel arrangement. You don't want to just give that with the free link, because you're already giving free away. So free is great as long as they're leveling up to that next level of booking.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yes. And, you know, Grace, I mean, these are just ideas, but I mean, your essential oils, I loved everything Kemya said about it. the video with it. And I've seen you do the Bible reading
Mhm.
anyway on your Facebook. So why not do that with your essential oils and then record them? And now you can give that away with a bottle of, you know, essential oils, or,
Mhm.
you know, maybe write down exactly like a checklist of everything you could do with this one bottle.
Yes.
You know, like you were talking about last night, insect repellent. Write down that recipe. And then you just
Mhm.
email it to them. Order a bottle of this and you get 10 new recipes from me.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Yes.
edible recipes, insect recipes, whatever contains with that one bottle.
Yes. Oh, that's invaluable because we Google that stuff all the time. All we
And
do
you
is
never know
Google
if
that.
it's right or not.
Exactly. We don't know.
But Grace
You're
uses
right.
her essential oils in her water, in her
Yes.
cooking. She
Yes.
utilizes all these things. So you know that it works.
Mhm. That's
You know
right.
if it tastes good or if it tastes bad.
Mhm.
You know, so you
That's
could
right.
write down your favorites for each oil and maybe have an oil per week, or the oil
Yes.
of the month, the
Oil
oil of
of
the
the
week.
month. Mhm.
You know, since you're
Depending on
doing,
how many.
you know, maybe October is filled with something with pumpkin. I don't know.
Mhm.
You know, or fall or autumn, or
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just rattling off, no thought whatsoever, but throwing ideas out there that comes to my mind. I'm really good at this for other people. I get stuck when it comes to me sometimes.
Today I mixed the thieves oil, which is like cinnamon and cloves, and I mixed it with tangerine. So you've got kind of
That's
yeah, it was
definitely
good.
fallish. That's definitely like, that's the first thing that
Yes.
comes to my mind is fall.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
fall,
know,
and it feels like fall because of the cloves and the
Yes.
cinnamon, and then we and then for later we have one called Christmas Spirit, and it's again it's like cinnamon and kind of like Christmas trees, kind of.
Mm.
It's a very interesting oil. And then I talked about putting it when you make your homemade apple crisp, putting a drop of that in your apple crisp along with all the other spices. It makes it unique and
Ooh.
fabulous.
Oh
oh
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Grace, you
There's
that's
so many things you
amazing.
can do with just your
Yes.
essential oils.
Recipes.
And you
Like
do so many other things.
I'm good with recipes and also what the Bible says about something.
Yes. And see, that's why I would buy from you as opposed to Joanne down the street. Because Grace, I'm following Grace on Facebook. Grace gives out recipes. You know, you can even have some recipe cards printed. Like, say, for example, you wanted Dar to make you a certain kind of card. And you print out just a recipe and insert it in a card and send it to a customer as a thank you. Like, it's so many things that'll make you stand out. But if you're great with recipes, like I'll tell you, when you said that cinnamon, cloves, and tangerine, I could smell it immediately. Could anybody else smell that? Like, I smelled it when she said it. I'm like, that's fall.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
think about that. I can see a graphics with tangerines and cinnamon sticks in the background, and you talking about this recipe, or you printing a recipe card, or sharing, just a quick, this is why this recipe works, going on Facebook, talking about why this recipe works, why you want to use this, and why you want to use this now. Like, for example, I often hear about people when it comes to, I hear moms when it's November and December, they're looking for ways to reduce their stress. So then thinking about the times of year, we got fall, but then we have times where we need to de-stress. Then Grace comes on in November with her oil bundle of the month, and it's all the de-stressing ones. You got our attention.
Yes, and and last night I was saying how that they use cinnamon in the Bible, and you know, and what it's actually for and things like that, you know.
Absolutely. Things that we don't know that aren't common knowledge, but that when you're hearing that, it's, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I need to get some of that. Because that's what we think. That's the way we think about it. So what would excite you to, oh, I need to have some of that? Sharing those things. So putting those in your email marketing campaigns, putting those in your social media posts, again, focused on that one. And that's the key. When we sell a lot of things, we either talk about none of them or all of them. Just being honest, myself included. So I literally write down what I'm supposed to focus on. Like right now, I'm doing my video marketing planning. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, Kemya, what specifically, what product are you going to focus on? It has to be very specific, because otherwise I'm random. I'm pulling stuff. Let's talk about this one day and this next. Well, your audience, they don't really get a deep dive with you. If you focus on something
they get confused
or a month, they're confused.
Yes, I get confused when you talk about too much.
That's right. That's right. So that week or month, it makes a difference. And even though a month, it sounds like a long time, but if you look at how many people actually see your posts, if you vary the content, you repost it. Like me, I'm still resharing blog posts I wrote in 2011, people. They're still driving traffic. What people saw last week, you couldn't tell me what you did last week. Nobody remembers what they did last week. So it's okay to constantly reshare these things, but that focus on one thing can make all the difference, because it helps. I do things that to make it easier for me. It actually helps you as the business owner, because now you have something to focus on. Now you're not so disjointed, bouncing all over the place. You focus on one product or one bundle of products. Now you know what all your messaging is supposed to be about. You know what all your content is supposed to be about. It makes life easier for us as entrepreneurs, actually.
Yes. And, you know, and like Grace has a good bundle point. I mean, all of her products are what? $30 and under. Your bottles of $50 and under for one bottle.
Oil is $200 a bottle.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that expensive for one bottle.
Well, for the rose, but for the one that I was talking about, frankincense, that is $56 a bottle plus tax and shipping.
Okay,
but
still under $100.
Yeah, you can get the tangerine for $20 plus tax and shipping. So that's
okay.
You
because
know,
what I was going to say is, when you can keep your product, even if it's $99.99,
yes,
in my mind, it's a no-brainer. If LaDonna wants it, she's going to buy it. Okay. But once it hits over that $100 mark, I don't care if it's $100.01. It sounds like so much more expensive than $99.99. I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that way. Now I'm thinking, I need to see if I can budget that.
That's the key. Now you have to budget for it.
But
now
it's only 3 cents difference. But mentally, that's how I feel.
That's right. You're right.
So when we can sell something for $99.99 instead of $100, even that 1 cent, it's all about your mindset.
Yes, that's it. And that
now I have no problem going and dropping $100 bill on lunch. But when it comes for myself, just for me, then I'm like,
I agree. And it's online. So there's a different psychology of an experience versus hitting a buy button online. And so for you, Grace, because you have those different price points, think about existing customers. Like I was saying, you have existing customers, but then prospective customers. Existing customers, you can do one offer. You want to do an entry point for new customers. So look at your lowest priced bottles for, since we're talking about the essential oils, and group those together. That gives me a taste of what you offer. And then once you rope me in, you got me. But you got to rope me in first. So that's when you're thinking about, like you said, Heather, going into the back end, what can I do? Think about how to rope people in. And that's the hook. Once you hook people in, then that you have that ascension ladder and you can just keep upselling them different things. But that hook, that's where a lot of people falter because the hook is too high. If I don't know you, I don't have experience with you, I don't want to drop for so much money to get to know whether I like something or not. But if it's an entry point, okay, I can do that entry point. Let me test this out.
Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to hook me in before I pay $300 for a bottle of oil of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to trust
Yes.
not just you, but the product itself. But for you to tell me that I can buy a tangerine essential oil for $29, I'm like, okay, send that to me.
Yep, that's right.
Now, and then you send me a recipe card to go with it later. And I'm going to tell you a story. Ann's not here tonight, and I wish she was. She's the Mary Kay lady that comes periodically. But she also drives Amazon, so she never knows what she's doing. So I've had a Mary Kay lady for years. Every once in a while, she'll send me like a little free gift. When I go, I have to go to her house and pick it up, which is in the town over from me, or get my daughter to pick it up. And so it's at least 2 weeks before I get my product. By the time I get there, or my daughter picks it up and then I see her or whatever, at least 2 weeks. I may get a little free sample, I may not. So Ann started coming online and I'm thinking, do I want to pay shipping though? I think shipping's like $6.99. Well, let me tell you, since I've been utilizing Ann, I get not a sample, but several samples in every order. I also get this cute little thank you card. It says, the last one, it says, stay sassy. And I have it hanging up by my coffee station. So it's the first thing I see when, it's one of my first stops in the morning. And it brightens my day, right? Now, none of that cost her that much, but I remember Ann. Am I going to go back to the other lady? I get not one, but several samples. And because of those samples, I have bought up and above the products because, oh, I like that color. Oh, I like the way that feels on my face. I like the way that hides my wrinkles, So customer service is key. And everyone loves recipes. Everyone loves recipes. Everyone loves free stuff. Everyone loves fragrance. People love to eat. Let's face it, even if we're small eaters, we still love to eat. Just the way
we love bonuses. We love bonuses. We love extra value. And that's really what it is, that extra value, no matter what you sell, we love extra value. And that's the exciting part. And what's so funny is it's the littlest things that can make all the difference. Like you said, the Stay Sassy card. It's the little things that aren't little because it's stuff that we don't normally get or it's nothing we would treat ourselves to. So just that little card, it's like, oh, this is so cute. You
printed it out herself. I don't know.
That's it.
If not, it probably was very inexpensive, but it was the thought.
Yes.
It is me. It's now hanging near my coffee station because it brightens my day. I mean, it's just that she makes me feel like I'm her only customer, her number one customer. I'm important enough for her to spend that little extra pennies, dollars. But just the thought alone is enough. So for those recipe cards, I think would be invaluable. Heather, you giving those tips out for traveling. Like my daughter is, her and her husband's taking the 2-year-old with them on their first family vacation, just the 3 of them. Usually it's one of us that go with them, his family or her family. And it's just the 3, they're going on a cruise. I mean, she's got it all laid out. but me and her were talking the other day, Mom, it's like I'm you again. I'm writing the list.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, and I got down to who was watching the fish. I forgot about the fish, so she's taking the fish 2 streets over to a friend's house before they leave. But it's just those little things. But
Yes.
see, I did that with them when they were younger. But so many people don't think about, checking to make sure that all the utilities are paid and none more going to come due while they're gone. And, when are they going to take the dog to great grandma's house? And when are they going to take the fish? And did they, one excursion, they're going to do a lot of walking. So did they pack their favorite sneakers that are, things like that? Because guess what? There will not be a Walmart there at the cruise.
Exactly.
And whatever they buy is going to cost so much more. So,
But we don't think about that. But you're right. It's so funny. Depending on where you vacation, you can't just run to Walmart or Target. Like we're so used to doing things at home that we forget you can't do that when you go away. You can't just run to the store right quick. So it's like you're screwed, or you are paying an exorbitant amount of money for something that is so small.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And like today I said, did you remember to go get your nails done? Because nails are very important to her, like me. And she goes, no. And they're going to come due. I said, if you go get your nails done on that cruise, it's going to cost you 3 times more at least. So she made her appointment for Friday morning. Because they're not due yet, but they're gone for 7 or 10 days. So they will come due. And if one breaks, the world will end. So it's those little checklists make a difference, Heather. They really make a difference. Yes, Grace.
My husband and I are going to Niagara Falls in October, and I can tell you where the Walmart is, plus where the grocery store is.
I love that. Yes.
And Grace, if you haven't already made all your reservations, you need to hook up with Heather and save money on those.
We have, because Niagara Falls is within driving distance, so we've just, all we need to do is book a room, and we've done that because we've been there before, and we know the we know the motel that we like, and it's got a restaurant right across the parking lot from it.
Nice.
Perfect. And those are the things we need to remember when we are doing things like this, is to buy from each other, book with each other, follow through with whatever, because we're here now, the next person may not be here. So that's always, when I book my travel, I'm going to make sure, not that I get to travel that often anymore, but hopefully very soon I will start again. And, I'll just start going through that site to try to, when it's possible. I've even sent that link to my sister-in-law now that travels a lot, to see if she can get value out of that savings link, and that's the value that we give each other by being on platforms like this. So, well, it's 7:13 and we did not start our marketplace on time, but I felt like we really needed to talk more about this. The marketplace per se at this point, but I would like to give everyone the chance to go around and give their pitch, practice their pitch. The difference that I want to do tonight, if everyone's okay with it, I would like you to do your pitch and your offer. Put your information in the chat, and then I want to talk about how we can help you, what we loved about your pitch that need to change, and then maybe if we have any little bits and pieces where we can critique it a little bit, all in good quality, to help you. So
absolutely.
Perfect. So let's start out with you, Kemya. Go ahead.
Grace was saying something. I saw Grace.
Grace?
I want to ask Heather, kind of where around she lives.
I'm in Nova Scotia.
Oh, Nova Scotia. Okay. Well, if you ever need an expert on Niagara Falls and Niagara on the Lake, on the Canadian side, yeah, I've been there lots and lots of times, and I know all the great places to see and everything.
Perfect. Love it.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice.
Okay, Kemya.
Okay, so let's see, what am I offering tonight? So I am hosting an online visibility challenge entitled From Invisible to Influential, a 3-day online visibility challenge for entrepreneurs happening September 28th through the 30th. The reason I am offering this challenge specifically for entrepreneurs, whether you're service-based or product-based, is because when it comes to running a business, people overlook something very critical. If nobody knows who you are, you don't have anyone to sell to. So you need visibility. You need eyeballs on your stuff. It starts with visibility. It starts with eyeballs. So whoever you're getting in front of now, this challenge is designed to get you in front of more people using marketing strategies that you probably aren't using right now. So we talk about everything from the content that you're posting online. Notice I didn't just say social media, I said online. In addition to leveraging what's already at your fingertips that you might not be using for visibility. And I'll give you some of my tried and true visibility tactics that I personally use for myself and my clients to get you in front of more people. The more people you get in front of, the more potential prospects you have. So getting yourself in front of the right people. I don't mention paid ads at all during my challenge. That is a separate beast. And let's face it, as I talked about earlier with the Facebook ads rabbit hole, I'm not steering you that way. Everything I'm telling you is something that you as the business owner can do yourself to get in front of more people so that you stop saying the world's best kept secret. So it's happening September 28th through the 30th. I'll drop the link in the chat if you want to join. If I'm also offering a VIP upgrade, which has the replays, if you're not sure you're going to make it, or you know you want to watch it again, you can get the VIP upgrade. It comes with a workbook. But if not, I'm hosting it in my free Facebook group. You can join, watch, drop what you're doing. There'll be time for me, I'll post, hey, do you have any questions about day one? Feel free to ask the question. If you ask the question, I can usually answer it. But again, from invisible to influential, a 3-day online visibility challenge happening September 28th through the 30th. Let me know
So
if you have
what
any
are the
questions.
times on that?
The time is 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
For
And it's
how
a
long?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the training that I'm doing, the actual challenge, is anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
Max. It's not an hour. Because I want you to, so I tell people to schedule an hour, particularly if you don't do the VIP upgrade. So there's a VIP Q&A that happens an hour after. Give you time to go to the bathroom, refill your cup, stuff like that. Because we're all adults. I need time to refill my stuff and go to the bathroom.
Yes.
But I tell people to schedule an hour, but the training's not an hour. Why? That buffer. I want you to take notes and actually do some of the things. So that's why I say schedule an hour. But like the last time I did it, nothing was over 45 minutes. I kept it between 30 to 45 minutes. So this is just an hour of you working on your business for those 3 days.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. So there's no charge for it unless we want the VIP pass.
It's free. I'm using it as a list builder.
Okay. Perfect. And another way for you to get ready for your Q4, like she said.
Absolutely.
That last quarter of the year. It's another way of you getting prepared for it.
Yep.
None of us get enough visibility, no matter, even Kemya. And she trains us on it. You just can never have the right people looking at you at the right time and catching everything you have to say at that time.
Exactly. And what I'm sharing in the challenge, it's so funny. When I did the challenge the last time, I told people, I'm not telling you something that I don't actually do. I said, so you're going to see me implement literally what I told you to do. And some people actually did. I got messages. Oh, Kemya said do this. I did that. Like, yes, I said, do this thing. Here's my link to where I did the thing. I'm not doing theory. I'm doing practical. So it's literally, what am I doing to get visibility? And what is it outside of posting on social media to get more visibility? You got to do other things online to get visibility. It's more than just posting on social media. So that's what I go over. And it's fun. I mean, I have fun doing it. It's fun watching your business grow.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a very fun thing to do.
It is. It's very fun to watch my own business grow. I almost think I get more tickled when I see one of my buddies' business grow or themselves grow. I mean, my goodness, look at Heather. I know I'm putting you in the spotlight, Heather, but my goodness, look how much Heather herself has grown since the first time I seen you come on here, Heather, to today. I mean, you're just like this, you're growing every time, and I love it, and it tickles me. It just tickles me. So, Grace, let's go with you.
Since we talked about the oils, there are, I don't know, like well over 200 of the oils, but if you have anything in mind that we have talked about, that we talked about last night or today, we can, I can get you the prices on that, and, maybe put some bundles together for you and some recipe cards, and we'll do all that. So, that's what I have to offer. And so, you know what, I can try to keep it $9.99.
You know what, Grace? I wish that you would do the next time you're doing this.
Yeah.
Is find that one or two, either one bottle or maybe a bundle of two that go together.
Yeah.
And talk about just that one bottle or the bundle of two. And just talk about that particular item or items. And hey, when you buy this bottle for $29.99 or this bundle for $49.99, I'm going to include 5 new recipes.
Yeah.
Something like that. So now you've offered something for sale and you've offered something free.
Yeah.
Because when you tell me 200 items, I'm like, my head explodes. Okay, now which item do I want? So I think if you narrow it down.
Yeah, because they do have bundles. They've got 3 different bundles, but they're all kind of like, they're all over 150. There's 150, 175, and a $200 one, and but they come with a lot of good things. But right. I will just,
but you can always put 2 bottles together, right? And bundle them. Yeah.
I could do that. I could get two or 3 bottles depending on what they can do and how they go together and things like that.
Right. And the price point. Remember that price point.
The what form?
The price point.
Price?
Yeah, price point. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember
so that tangerine, the tangerine, start with the tangerine. That's what I thought you were going to say, right?
Yeah.
We're all thinking that the tangerine and the cinnamon and cloves, there's your first bundle. It's getting ready to start being chilly. You can simmer it on the stove. Your house will smell amazing. Like that's probably good.
The thieves, because thieves has both cinnamon and cloves in it. Yeah. So and thieves. I gotta tell you the story about thieves. Okay, so why is it called thieves? Well, I'll tell you. You've heard of the Black Death in the Middle Ages. Well, during that time, of course, all these people were dying, and they were dying in the streets, and they were just like, they just killed over, and they had all their valuables on them. They had their rings and their necklaces and earrings and everything on them when they died. And so what happened was these guys got together and they put the combination of the cinnamon and cloves and whatever else is in the thieves, and they put it on these cloths, and they put the cloths over their nose and their mouth, and they tied them around the back, and they were breathing that in, and so they didn't breathe the disease that was going around. And so they would they take all the jewelry off all these dead people, right? And so they were called thieves, but they were just stealing from the dead people, not from live people. And well, they didn't get caught for a while, but eventually they did get caught, and they were supposed to be killed because they were thieves, but the people or the magistrates or whatever were so desperate to find out how these guys got so close to all these dead people and didn't die. They promised them, if you tell us how you did it, we will let you go, and or just have a short sentence. But so they gave them the recipe for it, and they were released.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is.
What a story.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I would have never guessed it. And I was wondering, why is it called thieves? He's saying thieves. Wow.
I would have never thought that. I was thinking it was a combination of whatever was in the bottle. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I would have never thought that.
I'm
That's
telling
so
you,
cool.
you amaze me, Grace. I'm telling you, with the stories that you have, it amazes me. You're so intelligent. I mean, she is one. If you've not had a conversation with Grace yet, ladies, you must, because she has some stories and so intelligent on so many things. I would not put any preacher in front of her when it comes to that Bible. Everything she preaches comes out so well, so divine, and she knows it. I mean, not that I know it, I do not. But she really does. I've listened to a lot of her scripture readings on Facebook. She does several. And I'm like, wow, I had no idea.
Yep.
And she makes sense of it when she talks. She says it in a language that I can understand.
Have my 3-year diploma in biblical studies from Tyndale University and College, which is in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I studied that, plus I went to church twice on Sundays. And when I was a teenager, I went also during the weekend at the youth group.
Wow. I love that.
Grace, I went on youth night and twice on Sunday when I was a kid, and I didn't learn a thing. I'm telling you, I learned nothing. But it was a great social time. It was. But I've learned so much more as an adult, but as a kid, I did not. It amazes me that I didn't as much time as I spent there. So yes, you must have conversation with Grace about anything. She's so intelligent. All right. But I really would think you would do better just talking about one bottle or maybe a bundle of 2, just because the price point and the recipe cards, I think would make a beautiful bundle.
I'll find out the price for your thieves and tangerine, and and so therefore the thieves is used as a disinfectant now, and they have a whole line of thieves laundry detergent and household cleaner and dish detergent. They have a whole line of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you use it? Do you just mix it differently?
Yes. Yes. With the dish detergent, I just put it in my dish water. And then with the household cleaner, I have a bottle and I only put Yeah, there's a special bottle that they give you with the spray thing. And I just put a little cap, like I fill it up with
Now,
water and
see,
then
you
put a
really
little
think
cap.
about that. How wise is that? You have one bottle of oil that
Exactly.
does so
No,
many
it's
things.
not a bottle of oil. They have different bottles. And one is a
Oh.
laundry detergent, and one's a dish detergent, and one's a something else. And so yeah, so a cap, I'll show you.
Because imagine if you can take one product and mix it in different bottles for almost everything in your house, how much money you would save. And that essential oils that she's talking, I forgot the brand of it. Do you remember, Heather? Young Living, is it Young Living? I think it's
That
like
sounds
the
right.
purest of the purest. So it's going to be organic. It's
Mhm,
not going to have all the other garb in there. So
Organic, for example, this is the dish soap, and I just put a little squirt in. dish
oh, okay.
water,
So you have to
just a
buy
little
their
squirt.
products to put the
Yeah.
okay.
And this is the laundry detergent. And so, you just use that cap if you're doing a full load, you would
Right.
use that cap with the laundry detergent. And then
Okay.
this is they put it in kitchen and bath scrub in more of a powder form, and you just a little sprinkle of that.
I
And
had no idea that they did that kind of thing. I thought they only did oils.
nope.
What do I know? It's crazy.
Lots of
Silly,
different
silly. All right, Heather, let's go to you.
That's me.
That is you.
So as Kamal was talking the last time, he was like, you don't want to say so many I am this and I am that. So it's just like, it's really stopped me to think through what I'm saying with my pitch. So I haven't actually gotten very far because it's how I want to do it is, I could say, hey, I'm Heather, not Locklear. So people might remember Heather Locklear. So they're going to remember my name, right? So just things like that I want to put in that they'll remember me for. So I started saying, have you heard of the show Oak Island?
I think so.
That's actually really close to my place. So
Yes,
often
yes.
when I'm traveling, I actually pass by it. So when I actually get on a live trading call, the one guy, he's like, that's my favorite place in the world to go to. So I'm like, hey, if you ever come to it, I'm very close by. Anyway, so that's how I can kind of relate to get people to remember me. Anyway, so I'm passionate about giving to others without expecting anything back, like kind of like a boomerang. You throw it out and it always comes back, right? So even though most of the stuff I can promote is free, it's still the fact that if you save money, that's when I get paid. So, and if you don't save money, I don't get paid, and that's okay. So I'm not expecting anything. And then I offer education for learning to trade because it's hard to keep up with all the different terms and stuff for trading. But if you can have the education behind it, then you can go set up your own account and be confident when you start trading. So that's what I offer, is just the education for under $200, $190 for a month of training, which you get thousands of dollars worth of value from it.
Okay. So this is what I have to say about that. And then
Okay.
Heather is talk about one of them at a time during your pitch. You have to decide, today I'm going to talk about my travel or I'm going to talk about trading. Because again, it's one product at a time. It keeps confusion down. And it gives you time during your 30-second, your 1 minute, or your 2-minute pitch to talk fully about you and that one product. So always remember that. What do you, Kemya, what do you think about that? Did you?
Yes, because I got confused when you talked about the education with trading, because you led with the education with travel. So I got confused. So that was going to be my question. Wait a minute, is that two different things? so that's really it.
Hey,
So
awesome.
something else too is Oak Island is okay if you know what Oak Island is. If
Right.
you don't know what it is, it's not memorable.
True
What's
enough.
memorable is the boomerang. I wouldn't say Oak Island. I would start with, I provide educational value without expecting anything in return, kind of like a boomerang. Like that's the part that makes it relatable, because the challenge when you're trying to do something memorable, it's only memorable if people know what you're talking about.
True enough. Hey,
That's
that's awesome.
yeah. So I was the boomerang. I got the boomerang because you're talking. That's a great analogy, because you're talking about giving without expecting the same in return. You're just providing value. And so I would look at, talk about the savings. I would focus on that, because then it leads people to other things. So if you're talking about the savings, I would give examples. I would talk about saving on travel for your family, saving on travel for your business, telling me what it is, because you can provide value for things without expecting it in return. But I don't know what value you're providing. So if I don't know what value you're providing, I won't take your offer. So you forgot to tell us what value you're actually providing. So definitely talking about that travel and giving an example, because I notice when people talk about travel, you have to make it concrete and relatable. So for example, when you book a hotel, XYZ, or if you rent a car, use this to save such and such and such. Those, use a specific example that relates to the travel. So then when you drop your link, I'm like, oh, I need to check that out. And also to travel, I think a lot of things people misstep is they forget to talk about business travel. They focus on the personal. They forget people travel for business all the time. So that's one of those things, talking about traveling with your family or traveling for business. Are you going to a conference, particularly because you're talking to entrepreneurs? Family stuff is cool, but we really don't have time for that. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And Heather, you read something about, a famous person. Maybe say, hey, I'm Heather. Oh, no, not that Heather on TV.
Yeah.
I'm the Heather that will save you money on your travel.
Yeah.
For business and personal travel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you traveling for the holiday season?
Yes.
See the excitement I got, and I don't even sell the travel. But
yeah, that's it. But it's specific.
But it's
It's
specific.
very specific.
And then you have to say, you can go by land or air.
Yes.
How's that song? I would learn that. So that the three, it says either you travel by land, air, or sea.
Trains and automobiles.
Something like
yes.
that.
Yeah.
See,
exactly.
It's almost comical, because travel is such a broad thing. When you talk about travel, the first thing it comes to, well, she just, she's selling airline tickets.
Yeah.
No,
or it's vacation.
You've got hotel, you've got
Yes.
cruises, you've got all of these things. You've got vacation, but you want to put in there business and vacation travel. See, I sent your link to my Brandy, my sister-in-law, because she travels with Chase all the time. But she has to make her arrangements herself. So I'm hoping that she'll use Heather's link. Not that they don't vacation, but they vacation maybe once a year.
Exactly.
She travels 3 times a month. So if she can book her hotel, her rental car, and her airfare with Heather through her link, now Heather's making money.
Yes. And that's the recurring.
Brandy is saving money.
Yes. Yep. Business
But in
travel
the
is
email I
recurring.
put in there, use this for your air, hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and rental car,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
because people have very narrow minds.
Mm-hmm.
We do, because it's very busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to Heather, but I'm also listening to the TV. I'm trying to see what the dogs are into. Why is this little one over here chewing up a butter package? Why is the butter package in the floor? Why is the dogs, you know what I'm saying? Why are the babies crying? Is the crock pot okay?
Mhm.
I mean, we have all these busy things going on in our little
Mhm.
head. So make it simple. But I would go, hey, I'm Heather. No, 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 no. Put your no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Not the famous Heather. I'm the Heather that saves you money when you travel for all your business and holiday travel.
Yes. And you mentioned something key, LaDonna. Heather, a lot of things, just being honest, when people say travel, if they don't say business, I block them out. I block them out. If you don't say business, I block you out, because travel is synonymous to me as an entrepreneur with vacation. So if you don't specifically call out business, not travel to conferences, pre-pandemic, I traveled to all that stuff. It wasn't vacation. It was business. So if they don't, travel people don't say business, I'm not listening, because I'm not taking a vacation. So if I'm not taking a vacation, why do I need to listen to Heather? So making those that vacate, whether you're vacationing with family or you're traveling for business. Oh, wait, what's she
Heather's
saying?
your girl. Heather's your girl.
This one, yeah.
And guess what? Your whole family could be going with you
Yeah.
on your business trip.
You sure could.
Because being a
Solopreneur,
being an
exactly.
entrepreneur, that is a business expense.
Yes.
But it's not
you
a
gotta
vacation.
Stay it. It's not a vacation.
Business expense.
Yes.
And
yep.
And you want, let's face it.
You want the business. That's what you
want.
want.
The business. And I was telling Heather when we were having a meeting this last week, when I used to have my travel agent. See, I went to a meet and greet, in person way back when, in the dinosaur years, when people still had travel agencies, and their favorite agents. I met a guy there that did travel with his business. He was gone 2 and 3 days every single week. Guess who he started buying? His airline tickets, his hotel reservations. I did his rental cars for him, everything. You never know who you're going to meet. But if I would have just said vacation, I don't know, would he have picked up on it or not? But I was always so key on business travel, because I knew that sometimes he would have to leave in the spur of the moment. Well, that was a $2,000 airline ticket instead of a $99 airline ticket. And you made money back then being an agent by the amount that it was. So yes, but I wouldn't simplify it by just saying one of them, because it's so easy to say business and vacation or holiday travel, or now your offer could be a holiday travel if you wanted it to be, because you've already mentioned business. And that business maybe, they may be taking a holiday business trip during the holidays. So yeah, there's so many things I can think of, And Kemya, I really picked up a lot from you when you were talking about, I'm trying to get my online course going. I don't have an online course. That's one of my goals before the end of the year, is have it ready by the beginning of the year. Not that it's going to make me money this year, but it's my goal to finish it, to start my 2024 off right. And I've done a whole thing on calendar, because so many people I meet don't even know how to do a calendar the proper way, or don't have one at all. And I never even thought about, doing like journals and calendars, and doing YouTubes on doing the calendar. And I could do that so easily. I'm not shy to get on the live or YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I never even thought about that.
So
I have
that's
a free
a great way to seed it.
downloadable. on the website, but I would like to get more and more on there.
That's
Because
exactly
I feel like
it.
like when I was to me, when I sold a product, like even though it was airline tickets and things weren't my product, I was selling it for American Airlines or Southwest, but it was a tangible product. Where my difficulties, where my service is now, I don't see it as being tangible, but I have to overcome that. That is my weakness because it is tangible. If you make it tangible.
This is a digital workbook.
Yeah.
This is you notice I'm holding up a piece of paper?
Yes.
It's a piece of paper. It's a digital workbook that I made tangible. You have to make the intangible tangible. Yeah. So I literally will print, even if I print, like if it's something, I might print the cover of it and put it on the front of the binder. If it's like a big, thick thing, so your course, you could literally make a cover, stick it on the front of a binder, and then just kind of hold the binder up. Like, you know, it's, you can make it. So figuring out, and that's something I had to learn, how to make intangible things tangible, because I'm 100% virtual. So I don't sell tangible things. So I know exactly what you mean. That's the way I make it tangible.
Yeah.
You print a page out.
Exactly.
And I print stuff out anyway. So I have pages of where I filled in. I will literally grab my phone and take a picture of it and use that picture as the post.
Yes.
Again, because we're virtual, so we have to show the people, but like you said, we have to make it tangible. And so that's the way I make mine tangible. I just print out a page.
That's been the hardest thing for me is now, how do I make this tangible? You know, because I can't hold up a bottle of oil or an airline ticket, or, you know, and that's another thing, Heather. It'd be very easy for you to go on and do like a mock airline ticket or a whole picture of a beautiful hotel, or you know, but yeah, it's just, I'm always now like, okay, how do I make this tangible? So that's why I came up with doing the online course. Even though it's going to be online, I could make it tangible. But I never thought about doing calendars, and you know, that would be very easy, and worksheets and things like that, because I work best with a workbook or a worksheet. So do I. Or, you know, even with my WOW book, I paid extra to have the workbook printed, and I made space in there for people that they could write their notes in the workbook about, you know, different things, so that you remember, oh, that happened to me, and I wished I would have said that instead of what I said. The next time I will say, you know, I will try this, you know, because there is a lot of wisdom that comes from what we all do, say, try. What works for us could work for others. So, you know, but yeah, I think this was a great session, and shame on those people that didn't show up. They're gonna regret it. I'm telling you, we got so
this was fun.
I feel like we get $1,000 course right here tonight. I'm telling you.
It was good for us. I mean, hey.
Yeah, so this was fun. Absolutely. And it's the things that people don't realize what's missing. So now you already feel better about, okay, now I know what I'm doing.
Yes. I mean, I have an outline now.
Yes.
We all three have our little worksheets already filled out that Kemya went through with us to tell us what to do. Now I have to react to it.
Yes.
I have to act on it. But you know what? When I put down $6,000, that sounded like a lot. But then when I put it out in 3 months,
that's right.
It really wasn't.
That's
now
right.
I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should have made it a little higher. But then I have to remember, I do enjoy taking half the month of December off. And I like taking at least a week off in November. You know, October, it starts getting busy around here, but not as busy as November and December, because darn it, my family and I, we love the holiday. We love the holiday. We have a birthday around here. It takes us all week to get through it. have family birthday, we have family time with the birthday person, then they have their friend time with a birthday person, and then we may want to have another family time that week. I don't know. Because you know what? Birthdays only come around once a year.
You're right. You're right. And you schedule your things. You know, I worked my publisher, she only works in the business 3 weeks out of the month. She takes the last week to work on the business. So when she's doing her numbers, it's predicated on 3 weeks a month. Remember, your schedule is yours. You just figure out what works for you. So like you said, LaDonna, you know, when there's a birthday in that month, you know you're not doing 4 weeks of work. It's just don't even bother. Just plan for 3. And so that's how when you're looking at your numbers and how to hit the goals, you have to figure out how many days you have to hit them. If you only want to work 3 days a week, okay, then you know how much you have to sell in those days a week or what you have to do to still hit that number. Some people work 7, some people work 3 days a week. So all of those things, they factor in. And like you said, you know, you want to take a week off here, a week off there. I tell people, I don't work full time in my business anymore. I don't want to. I'm too old. I did that before. I just don't want to.
Tired, lady.
I'm tired. I like taking naps and walking the dog. I don't want to work 40, 50 hours a week. So you have to do things.
That for so many years.
That's
60,
right.
70. I don't want to do that anymore. And my body doesn't feel good when I do.
Exactly.
I just now recently started taking most Saturday and Sundays off.
Good for
the only way I really work, I may do a little office work those days, not real work, unless it's somebody that needs to talk to me that cannot talk to me through the week for one, or they have, something going on, or there's like a conference or something. But I used to work 7 days a week. And now just here recently, I'm like, I block Saturday and Sundays off. Now my husband's going to have to start working Sundays again. So I'll block Friday and Saturdays off. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Because if he's not here, I'm going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that.
I don't take appointments on Fridays. I haven't taken appointments on Fridays for years. So if I take an appointment, it's because I want to. It's not an option. You just have to. And it sounds, on the one hand, it doesn't necessarily sound doable until you do it. It is the easiest thing.
I did not think I could do it. I didn't think my business would thrive if I did it. But like right now, he's off on Friday and Saturdays and Sundays. So I work like a half a day on Friday and take Saturday and Sundays off. But I'm telling you, when he goes back to working on Sundays, I'll probably work most of that day.
Yes.
But I'm going to take all of Friday and Saturday off.
That's right.
Unless it's something, like I said, a conference, a summit, something like that. But your business will survive if you strategically do it properly.
Yes.
Just do it. Just try it. Do it one day at a time. You will feel better. And I still need my afternoon naps.
I still take my naps.
My dogs and my husband knows when I did not get my nap. Mark will walk in that door and he'll look at me and he'll say, "You didn't take your nap today." And I'll say, "How do you know?" I can tell by looking at your expression.
Yes. And you put all of that into your marketing plan. That's the part people don't realize. All of that goes into my planning. I already know certain things. I only want to work certain numbers a day, certain hours a day. All of that gets put into your plan. Because remember, the plan is just for you. Doesn't matter what you put in. It's for your eyes. But when you build it in, now you know what you're working with. And so between breaking down your numbers and your schedule, that's why I start with that. If you start with that, you can figure everything else out.
I've never done those boundaries. Kemya. In all the years I've been in business.
I am so happy to hear this.
I have never done it this way, and it looks so much simpler.
Yes.
Seeing it on my pretty doggy notepad in my pink pen, it looks so doable, and I know it's doable now. But it's like those platters when you fill them up, and it looks like it's overwhelming you with all the things you have to do.
Yes.
But if you piece it out,
yes,
it looks so much smaller. Well, those numbers just became so much smaller.
That's right.
Than what they usually do. And I can't wait to start putting it together now.
Yes. Well,
You
we'll all
know,
be doing it
so-
at the same time because mine isn't done yet either. We'll all be doing it at this. I had actually just taken this out last week and said, okay, Kemya, you need to schedule time to make sure this is done before September 28th, since that's my challenge. I just took it out last week for myself.
So you know what? I think we should all strive to have this worked out by September 28th when Kemya starts her work class.
The
That
challenge,
way
yeah.
we all come in together and we will be ahead of everyone else.
That's it. Yeah. Because that's when mine will be done. That's literally my deadline. So that now once I have the plan and then I work on the visibility, you can imagine how powerful when you mesh those two.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
That's my
Is there
plan.
a link for us to go register for your event? Did you put it in there yet?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, because I want to make sure I get that done and get it put on my calendar. Let me
Yes.
tell you, ladies, what happened. Her and Stan
Yes.
both had something going on the same time, or maybe 1 week.
The same
1 week, 1 week.
days. They were the
And
same days at different times.
Okay,
Yep.
same days at different times, but I didn't hear about it till right beforehand. And I didn't mark it off my calendar. So I was able to get into one for 5 minutes and the other one, and finally I just gave up. So I've learned the hard way. Learn lessons from your mistakes. The minute you want to do something, put it on your calendar
Put it
right
on
there
your
and
calendar.
then.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we get done, I'm going to go. I've already put it in here to register for her
Mhm.
class. But what I'm doing now is I'm going up here and looking which link am I using?
The
Marketing
challenge.
Sparkler
Mm-hmm.
event from?
Yep.
Okay. I'm
That's
clicking
it.
that now. So it just opened a new page.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's there, and all I have to do is when we get done here
Mm-hmm.
is go back to that page and register.
That's
Put it
it.
in my calendar, put on my pajamas, and go night-night.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
This was so much fun, but like I said, mine isn't done yet either. So you're not behind, you're right on time. I literally
Awesome.
just pulled my plan out last week and I said, okay, Kemya, it's time for you to, last minute. We're all human. Okay, Kemya, you need to work on your Q4 plan and have this thing done. So mine isn't done either. We're all doing this. We're all doing this at the same time. We're all doing it together.
Perfect. Perfect. And Grace, I'm so proud of you. You have your background up. It looks perfect. Grace and I got on the call yesterday for like 5 minutes. I walked her through on how to put her background up, and look what she's done.
Yeah. Nice.
Genius. So, all right. Have a
Well,
beautiful
thank you,
night. Post on
ladies.
your
You
social
too.
media. Make sure you go over to the members group, and I will see you all from Monday Night Mojo. Bye.
Enjoy, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.